Okay, welcome students of standard 10. Okay, today I am starting with periodic classification of element, chapter from science 1. Okay, I hope you have read the chapter. Still I am briefly explaining the chapter. Okay, in detail there are so many things. Okay, this is just a help to you while you study. Reading again and again will give you new insights of the chapter. Okay, and different references also you have to read. Understanding? That will be helpful for you during exam while writing paper. Okay, see, initially in the world when many elements discovered, so many scientists felt the need to classify the element. Okay, because it was difficult to study then, so they should be grouped into particular similar elements, similar study, something they wanted classification proper. It was a very tedious job to study independent element. Reading? So they started to classify the elements. Initially, they classified into metal, non-metal. But when later on metalloids discovered, understanding? Okay. Anyway, then came from Germany Dobreiner, German scientist Dobreiner. He made the law of trace. Yeah, it was not useful much, but still you should know, you must know it to write in exam. What he did, he classified the elements, chemically similar elements with similar chemical properties, into group of 3 called trace. 3 element of similar property in the increasing order of atomic masses. And what he found, atomic mass of middle element is the arithmetic mean of the other 2. Arithmetic mean, you understand, if ABC getting or in AP you have done. Okay, not that I am going to do it, but I think you know AP, arithmetic mean is the middle number is average of the other 2. So similar as lithium, sodium, potassium. Similar properties, chemical properties, all the 3 have. Right? Okay. So atomic weight of lithium atomic mass of lithium is 7, potassium is 39. Fraction I am not counting, but if you add 39 plus 7 upon 46 upon 2 is 23 is the atomic mass of sodium, middle element. Right, is approximately. Actually, this worked for few elements, but later on, in his trace, calculation went wrong, and so this law was not much useful. Okay, this is Dobreiner's law of trace. There were limitations. Nothing proved from this. Next, Newland came from England. Okay, England. Okay. This Newland, he wrote the law of octaves. Octave, you know, sa re ga ma pa da ni, do re mi fa sol la ti. Okay. So from octave, say first sa and the last sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. Sa and sa are same. So every 8th element, according to him, has properties similar to that of the first. Yeah, actually not many elements were discovered that time, only 56. Okay, but later on up to calcium, his calculation was correct. Every 8th element was having similar properties. But later on it didn't come. They were different properties. Getting? Then after 8th element, they don't have similar properties. Understanding? So these were the limitations, and he couldn't generalize the law. Understood? So understand both the laws first. Okay? See, the brief important points from these two. Scientists felt the need to classify initially classified into metals and non-metals. Okay. And then metalloids discovered. Okay. Metalloids have similar property. Means little metal properties, some properties of metal, some properties of non-metals. Neither metal nor non-metal. Mixed properties. Okay. They are metalloids. Dobrynin law of Trad in 1870. Okay, here not that important, but you should know it. From Germany he was. Dobrynin formed group of three chemically similar elements in increasing order of their atomic masses called trads. Okay. According to him, the atomic mass of the middle element was approximately the arithmetic mean of other two. For example, lithium, sodium, potassium. The symbols are written. You must know the symbols. So atomic mass of sodium is arithmetic mean Li plus K. That is Li is 9, K is 39 upon 2. That comes to 46. Fraction I am not counting, I am briefly explaining. Okay, you should know the point. So decimal points I am not counting. Many different trads you should know. Okay, give example of more trads. Getting? Okay. Now, then came Newland. In textbook there are different examples. Newland's law of octaves. Up to 56 only. In 1866 he wrote his law. When elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic masses, every eighth element has chemical properties to that of the first. As in octave of music. Okay, this is musical term, octave. Okay. Saregamapadanisa. Limitations. It worked somehow up to calcium. Then similar elements separated, and this similar element came under octave. Understanding? So later on, within 6 years, Russian scientist came, Mendeleev. Okay, we'll see about that. Okay. So Russian scientist Mendeleev in 1872. Actually, he was the first scientist who made systematic summarized table. Okay. According to his law, properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. Okay. He organized periodic table on molecular formula of their oxides and hydrides. Getting it? But yeah, it was systematic summary, but there are some merits and demerits. So his table couldn't be accepted. Understand the merits and demerits of Mendeleev. Atomic merits first. Okay, good things. Atomic masses of some elements corrected due to as per position. Before that, it Beryllium was taken as 14, but then it corrected as per position. No, it must be 9, and later on it proved 9. He left 3 vacant places. Okay, and predicted that these elements will be discovered and later on can be put all at these places. Getting? He predicted their properties also. Getting? He predicted their properties. And he named them for undiscovered element. Eka boron, Eka silicon, Eka aluminium. After discovery, getting it? His predictions came true. The properties were similar, matched. So Eka boron was renamed as scandium. Means he told that similar to boron, one element will be discovered, similar to aluminium, similar to silicon. So Eka aluminium was named gallium. Okay, and Eka silicon was named germanium. Meaning both are semiconductors, you know that. Okay. Later on, actually there was no place for noble gases. But actually noble gases were not discovered those time, 1872. He didn't keep place for noble gases. Okay? ठीक है. But he tried. Okay? So demerits. Cobalt and nickel arrangement was ambiguous. Okay. No places for isotopes. Actually, not discovered that time. Isotopes, you know, they have same atomic number, but different atomic mass number. Getting? Due to different atomic masses, due to different number of neutrons. Understanding? So, no places where isotopes discovered, there was no place for isotope. Okay? The increase in atomic masses were also not uniform. Getting? So it was difficult to predict. Okay, how many elements will be discovered in between those? Getting? Hydrogen, showing similar properties of alkali metal as well as halogen also, middle, non-metal, Cl2 chlorine, H2 hydrogen. Getting? Forming positive ion, H plus. So it was difficult, but he put in alkali metal group with sodium potassium. Okay? These were the merits and demerits, basic points you know, but you keep on reading again and again. Use reference books. Getting? Then your study will improve. Don't just learn and write. Write in your own words, check again and again where you went wrong. Science need hard studies. Okay? We'll go ahead now. Next, Moseley came. Getting? We'll go ahead with Moseley. Okay. So from English scientist Moseley, in 1930, okay, he just changed Mendeleev's law. Mendeleev's law was just this last was atomic masses. He changed it to atomic numbers. Actually, after X-ray tube experiment, it was discovered that atomic number, the positive charge on an atom, nucleus. Okay? You remember, I think you have studied, you remember Rutherford, Thomson, Neil Bohr, you have studied in previous years. Okay? So then, fundamental property was decided that atomic number, the total positive charge. Neutrons no charge, but protons are positively charged. That was decided as fundamental property of element. Okay. Because number of protons equal to number of electrons, they take part in chemical reactions. Okay, formation of bonds. Okay. So, according to Moseley's law, periodic properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Okay, and as structure. Okay, these periodic table now we are using proper periodic table. He corrected Mendeleev C. According his structure was 1 to 7. I am showing you photograph. You must have seen from your textbook also. 1 to 7 are horizontal periods, like this, first period, second period, there are 7 periods. 1 to 18 vertical columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. At the bottom you will see 2 series, lanthanide series and actinide series. Start from lanthanum, this is start from actinium. Okay. Total 118 boxes. Getting total boxes, if you count, there are 118. Elements discovered. Actually, after uranium, 92 all are artificial elements, trans-uranium. Actually, artificially prepared by increasing number of protons, by bombardment. It is artificial transmutation. Okay. The periodic table divided into 4 blocks. S block, 1 and 2 group, first and second. Alkali metal and alkaline earth metal. They are S block, normal elements. S block and P block, or normal element. What are normal elements? Only outermost orbit is incomplete, outer shell, outermost shell. Okay. D block is from 3 to 18, P block from 13 to 18, normal. D block from 3 to 12. They are transition elements. Transition elements are metals. They have variable valencies. Cuprous, cupric, वगैरह you have studied. Ferrous, ferric. D block, all are metals. F block, inner transition, lanthanide and actinide. For transition element, last two orbits are incomplete. Last two shells are incomplete. Okay, so they show variable valencies. And F block, inner transition element, last three shells are incomplete. Okay, so S block and P block. S block metals, P block metal, some non-metal, and one zigzag line you see. That zigzag line is metalloid, right? That is a metalloid. You will discuss later on about metalloid. Just now I am just discussing structure. Now position of element, if you see, based on electronic configuration. KLM shell, you remember Neil Bohr, two shells, two elements first. So for sodium 281, you see first period only two elements. 8, second period 8 elements, right? And 281, then third element first, third period first element is sodium. Understood? So electronic position of element based on electronic configuration. Every period starts with new shell. So first K maximum capacity to hydrogen helium. Then immediately second period starts with lithium. Okay. Third period starts with third shell, sodium. Getting it? Fourth period starts with potassium. Getting? That is orbit KLMN. Okay. Number of valence electrons decide group number. Alkali metals, only one electron in the outermost orbit. 1, 281 sodium, 2881 potassium, 1 in the valence electron. Calcium, magnesium, 2 electrons in the valence orbit, outermost orbit. Getting? So group 2, alkaline earth metal. Halogen 17 is 7 electrons for all halogens in the outermost orbit. 7 valence electrons. Okay. So number of shells go on increasing down the group. First order, one more shell, total 7 shells. Okay. Understood? After uranium, all are artificial and radioactive. Up to uranium, all are natural. Okay, uranium 92, atomic number 92 uranium. Okay. Understood? So I should see the photograph of table, periodic table, modern periodic table made by Moseley. What we are using right now. Okay? Okay. See, shell. First period, that is a K shell. Getting? Around the nucleus, K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell. Okay? K shell is numbered 1. Period number 1. Maximum capacity by using formula 2n square. 2 into 1 square is 2. So first orbit only 2 electrons are there. Second orbit, L shell. 2, N2, so 2 into N square, 2 into 2 square is 8, only 8 electrons, that is the maximum capacity of L shell, second orbit, okay, or second period. M is the third period, third shell, 2 into 3 square is 18, okay, but other points are considered. 18 elements you will not find in the third period, it's a capacity, get it? Some other theories, valency bond, different theories are considered, but in next years, 11th and 12th, you will understand fully periodic table. Just now you understand only this much. KLMN, N shell 4, 2 into 4 square 32. That is the maximum capacity. Getting not necessary, there are 32 electrons. Capacity it can accommodate. Okay? However, last orbit, those can be accommodated, but the last orbit, maximum 8 electrons. Those electrons decide the valency of an element. Okay? See, depend on electrons in the number of electrons. If 1, it's a metal, valence is 1. Last orbit 1 electron, sodium 281, valency 1. 2, magnesium 282, valency 2. 3, aluminum 283, valency 3. 4, silicon 284, valency 4. But after that is 5 electrons, phosphorus 285, but valency is 3. 8 minus 5, 3. You have to subtract from 8. 6, sulfur 286, valency is 2. 8 minus 6, 2. After 4, you have to subtract from 8 to get the valency. Up to they are electropositive, 4 are metalloids, below electronegative, non-metals. First 3, 1, 2, 3 up to valency metals. 7, halogens, 287, chlorine, valency 8 minus 7, 1. Argon, inert gas, 288, 8 minus 8 is 0 valency. They are inactive totally. Helium, neon, argon are inactive. Chemically inert. Understood? We'll go ahead with the next trains. There are different trains to be discussed. Okay? At this, then some characteristics, electronegativity, masses, how they affect atomic radius. All will discuss metallic, non-metallic character, the trending, how they go, increasing, decreasing. Okay? Understand slowly. You read the chapter again and again, and then you ask me doubts. Explain this in detail. Write in the comment box. That part I will take in details. There are so many things to learn. But you try to understand, first grasp the concept. Okay? We'll go ahead. Okay. Atomic size. What is atomic size? Atom is spherical, right? So the directly distance between nucleus is very small actually. Center of nucleus or center of atom to outermost shell. All shells, electron shell. Okay? That is the size of atom. As we go through a period, if we go from left to right, okay, every position, one electron and one proton increases. Proton in the nucleus and electron in the outer shell. Get it? So attraction, electrostatic attraction increases. Positive charge, negative charge. Yeah, there is attraction, and so atomic radius decreases. There are so many forces. Between positive charges, repulsion, between two proton, between two electron, repulsion, and finally it is balanced. At a definite point, all the forces are balanced, but atomic size decreases from left to right. This atomic size is measured in picometer. Get it? So third row, if we consider, sodium is the biggest in size and chlorine is the smallest. Understanding? Size wise, size decreases, but down the group, new period, getting so new shell, it is the addition of new shell. Yeah, charge increases, but shell also increases, hence atomic radius increases. Get it? Okay. Just main point to right answer, you should know that. Electronegativity will discuss after this. Size of atom indicated by radius. Atomic radius is the distance between nucleus and outermost shell. You must know the definitions by heart. At the tip of tongue. Okay. Atomic radius expressed in picometer. Picometer is so small. 1 picometer is 10 raised to minus 12 meter. Okay. Atomic radius decreases from left to right. Okay. Within a period. Positive charge increases because of proton. Proton is positively charged. Okay. Positive 1 1 1, every house 1 1 1 increasing. Positive charge increases by 1 unit and electron gets added to outermost shell. Getting? So due to increased charge, electrons are pulled and atomic radius decreases. This is the reason. Okay, write the reason atomic radius decreases. Getting? Down from left to right. You can write the reason. Understood? Atomic size increases down the group. Down the group due to addition of new shell. Yeah, nuclear charge increases, but shell also increases. K, L, M, N. Okay. So atomic size increases. This is also give reason. Write scientific reason for atomic size increases down the group. Okay. Understood the main point? Now we'll go to electronegativity, metallic and non-metallic character. Okay? Okay. Metals are electropositive. You know. Why are they electropositive? They have 1, 2, 3 electrons in the outermost orbit, ultimate shell. Okay. So they have tendency to lose electron. Getting? And to form cations, they are positively charged electrons. For example, sodium, Na, 2, 8, 1. 3 shells, 2, 8 and 1, KLM. It has tendency to lose that 1 electron and to form Na plus, losing a positive charge. Actually an atom, you know, total positive charge equal to total negative charge. But one electron is lost, so the negative charge is gone. They have tendency to give electron. So positive charge increases and they form cations. But cations Na plus has only 2 shells. Penultimate shell is completed octet, but it is charged particle, ion. Understanding? Na plus has only 2 electronic configuration. So only 2 shells. Penultimate shell is completed octet and forms positive charge, Na plus. But for non-metals are electronegative. Why are they electronegative? They have tendency to accept electron. Suppose chlorine, 287 electronic configuration, 287. Okay, it is difficult for chlorine to give all the 7 electrons and to form 28, but better to accept 1 electron. It is a power that is so total electrons increase, so total negative charge more than positive charge. Before entry of electron, total proton positive charge equal to total negative charge. But due to addition of electron, now it becomes negatively charged anion. Understanding? Okay. So chlorine form negative ion, sodium form positive ion. They attract each other. But chlorine, not penultimate but ultimate shell completed octet, but with negatively charged. Understanding? So this power of attracting electron is electronegativity. Understanding? Okay. So this in a period from left to right, so atomic size decreases. Getting it? So electronegativity increases. Electronegativity increases. Getting? So metallic character decreases. Third row, if we see, sodium is most metallic and chlorine is most non-metallic. Argon is exception. It doesn't take part in chemical reaction. It has already completed octet, 288. Getting? But chlorine is non-metal, electronegative. That way fluorine is the most non-metallic, highest electronegativity. Understanding? But for third row, if we consider, then magnesium, sodium is the most metallic. Only 1 electron, easy to give. So good reducing agent it is. Chlorine, only 1 electron to accept easily. So chlorine is good oxidizing agent. Understanding? Okay. So you have to learn the main points. You can write in the comment box also if you want to discuss with me in detail. There are so many things, okay, can be discussed. But due to time limitations, okay, here and as per your standard level, we have to finish fast. But for your understanding, for your extra knowledge, we can discuss it. Okay. See now the main points to learn. The due reasons can come. Metals are electropositive, non-metals are electronegative. You must know all the reasons. See, metals are electropositive. They have tendency to lose electron to form cations. Cations are positively charged particle with completed octet. But loss of one shell. Non-metals are electronegative. They have tendency to gain electron to form negatively charged anions. No loss of shell, but addition of electron. So this is a power elements have. More electronegative, more powerful to attract electron. From left to right, see if you see periodic table, from left to right, getting atomic radius decreases. You know the reason we have discussed. Electronegativity increases, getting metal to non-metal. Non-metallic character increases, electropositivity decreases, metallic character decreases. Okay, but down the group from top to bottom, atomic radius increases due to addition of shell. I told you, electronegativity, non-metallic character decreases, right? Size increase, atomic size, electropositivity and metallic character increases. Understanding? Because tendency to lose electron increases. Okay? Main points. And now keep on reading chapter again and again. Every time you will get new insight. Okay? We'll go ahead with next point. Okay. At last I am explaining you about halogen family. Group 70. All have formula H2. Right? The symbol is X for halogen we use in organic reactions. So fluorine F2, chlorine Cl2, they are gases. Bromine liquid, I2 solid. Okay. So you see down the group. Down the group means all elements of same group show similar properties, but they show gradation. They will all show similar reactions for water, for other chemicals, acid, bases, but in gradation, either increasing or decreasing. Understanding? So simple chapter. Now the exercise of this chapter mostly objective. Right? Very few give reasons can come or laws you should know word to word. Proper, your explanation must be proper about Abern's law and all. Okay? And for objectives you have to read chapter properly. If you are not getting particular answer, write in the comment box. Okay? Or we can discuss on live also, but you write in the comment box. Getting? Chapter is very interesting. You study. You will definitely like it. Okay? So, if you like it, give like. Share my videos, tell your friends, subscribe my channel so I can give more and more videos. Okay? You can make me happy by subscribing. Tell your friends to subscribe. All of us can study together with live lectures. Okay? Before exam we can have great live lectures. We can study well. Okay? Any doubt? Write in the comment box. Still any question if you are not getting? Okay? See you in the next video. Bye.